This is Joyce Jagger, the Embroidery Coach, and I'd like to welcome you to our Embroidery Q&A of the day. Should you limit the number of stock fonts available? And the answer is yes. Do not give them too many choices. Within your software program, you have many choices for script styles and block styles, and I only give my customers choices of 2 scripts and 2 block fonts. These are our standard fonts and setups that we use on a daily basis. I have definite parameters for the setups for each, and what I mean by that is I have templates all made up for my setups. And I have definite recipes all built into my setup, so all I have to do is to make a change in the letters on each setup to create a new stock design. I have to do a very small amount of tweaking because the amount of letters may be different and my design is ready to be sewn out. This means that we only have to deal with 4 basic fonts on a daily basis, and it keeps our setups very simple and the setup goes very quickly. Creating a system like this saves you a lot of time, and then you can start to make good money on your setups. The setups go very quickly because we do not have to decide on what size letters, underlay, or pull comp to use for each. Recipe cards were created for each one, both within the software and offline on 3x5 cards that are stored in a recipe box. If there is any question at any time, all we have to do is pull out the cards and verify the settings. This keeps setup time to a minimum. When we create name files, we do not have to do any sew-outs for names. We use the same recipe for every single name setup, and it always works. Our basic choices for script are Allegro script and brush script. Our basic choices for block is a block letter with serifs, such as Gaudi or Bradford, and plain block, or block as in the Pulse software. If a customer is not happy with the choices, then we offer them other choices, but there is an extra charge attached to these choices. Most of the time, the customers are very happy with the basic choices. I have worked with many embroiderers that let their customers choose any one of their fonts. Many actually show them each font on the computer and spend way too much time with their customer while they are deciding on which font to choose. This consumes a huge block of time and greatly increases your cost of working with the customer, and it is totally unnecessary. I have all of my fonts embroidered on felt, and I show them those fonts if they decide that they are not happy with my basic fonts. But as I said, they know that there is an extra charge to use any of the other fonts. I will generally charge 25% more to work with another font. The sewing out is not that much different in time, but the basic setup takes more time because I have to spend more time with my settings and then do a sew out. When I'm using my templates, I do not generally have to do a test sew out because I did that when I set up my templates. I have templates set up for a woven fabric and for knit fabrics. So when I have to do a setup, I open up the applicable templates and I am ready to go. It takes me only about 5 minutes total for many of my setups. Like I said earlier, this is when you can start making money on your setups. I charge a $35 one-time fee for most of my setups. This is almost pure profit. If you create monograms, you will have to give them more than 2 choices, but I would still keep it very simple. If you have a couple of good script fonts, you can vary them with different sizes and placement styles. You can create a style sheet with the same style and many different sizes. The customers want to see what the monogram is going to look like on a shirt cuff as well as on a towel. Some programs will allow you to manipulate the font so that it appears to be many styles and formats. This is Joyce Jagger, the Embroidery Coach, and I would like to thank you for watching this Embroidery Q&A of the day. I would like to invite you to go to theembroiderycoach.com and see how I can be of help to you in your embroidery business.